Hello and welcome back to another episode with me, Juras6x. This is my world, Juras6x world, and you're looking at me wearing a angry bee's head because I have been grinding the bees like nothing else. And why have I been doing that? Well, today we are going to build ilmango's tree farm. And one of the things that I realized I didn't have was honey blocks. So managed to get everything else pretty much from this carnage that we have here. So this is my chest monsters, basically, a whole bunch of them. But the one thing I didn't have was honey blocks. And I also needed some slime blocks, so I've been grinding those before the start of the episode. I was hoping to get a bee farm up and going, but I had to get the bees bred, and we now have our greenhouse full of bees. Watch what happens when I pull out this. This gets pretty crazy. Look at all these bees. They just want my flowers, my attention. Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, there were some unfortunate incidences, hence why we've got the angry bee head. But we now have a bunch of beehives that we can put into our farm, so we can get that over there. But we actually have enough honey blocks, but we can keep the farm going for the future, but we will still leave some of these in here just as a reminder. So once they go to bed, then we'll go around and take all the beehives out with the bees in it, and we'll put them over in our farm. So we need to get cracking. We need to find a location for this tree farm, and we need to start digging away and getting the space cleared for this huge beast of a contraption to go in. It's going to be a big redstone episode, so hope you stick around and enjoy the show, and we'll get cracking right now. So we're over here on top of our silo for our barn, so we've got our greenhouse over there. Just wanted to give you a bit of perspective where we were building our tree farm. This is our mob farm that we did in an earlier episode, and then over here where we've got the beacon, we've got a couple of pillars of iron, just sort of marking out the space that we need for this tree farm. It is ilmango's farm, so it is quite a large project that we've got to get going here. We've got obviously a water feature to take care of, but what we want to do now is I want to dig this out down to, I think, down 35 blocks. So we just want to get that, make a big hole, and then we're going to build up the design of ilmango's tree farm. And then we'll probably have, I think, somewhere around this area, there'll be sort of a tower where sort of some of the farm sticks out of the ground, and then we'll build a sort of log cabin or something around it, and then we can plant up this area with additional trees, so we can turn it into a bit of a feature rather than just having a farm in the middle over here. We can actually incorporate it like we've done with a lot of other farms. So first things first, we gotta start digging this out, so let's get cracking on this. We now have a giant hole here. Went back and had a look at what I needed to do. Didn't quite need to dig out so much on this higher level, but this lower level is correct. That's where the blast chamber is going to go for the tree farm or log farm, whatever we want to call it. And then we can fill in the top, make it all look pretty anyway. In terms of materials, we've got, this is all cobblestone. We've got plenty of diorite, andesite, granite there, loads of stone. This is, all these are full up to here. Then we do have some dirt, iron and coal there. But I think the main thing we need to do is first sleep. Let's sleep. Don't want any baddies coming for us right now. We do have it lit up though. But what we do need to do is go and get our picks mended, because we are in quite a, this is the only pick I've got left that's decent. So we'll need to go and get these mended. So let's just pop to the nether and we'll get that fixed, and then we can come back here and start putting this all together. As I mentioned earlier, we have all of our items that we need, hopefully, fingers crossed, cross those fingers, hopefully to build up this tree farm. So once we've got that, the items or our picks mended, we can come here and let's get building with this. So as the sun is setting on this day, we have got ourselves an Enderman head, which looks wonderful. I think I might wear it for the rest of this episode. We also have all of our tools repaired, so we are good to get cracking on the next step. And I'm afraid it's going to be another time lapse because this is such a big build. I think it's going to take me quite some time, probably a few hours to get it done. This hole took us 2 hours just to get this, so not quite as long as our mob farm, but still a significant amount of time just to get it done. Obviously we've got the items to build this thing. That took quite some time, especially for the slime and honey blocks. So let's get to sleep as we say goodnight, and we will get cracking on this build straight away. Wow, that was one major time lapse there, but we have an operating tree farm. Well, I say operating, we haven't yet tested it, so we need to test it. But what we do have, and what I built off or out of the time lapse, is this blast chamber. So we actually have TNT in there. We're not duping it in, so we're going to have to find sand. We've got plenty of gunpowder over in our mob farm, but this will be blasting our logs and sending them into a chest down below, and then eventually they'll come up into a sorting system once we get to that point. But fingers crossed, we now have a fully operational tree farm. We also have this mythical floating grass, so I think I'm going to save that It's somehow survived a bunch of reloads, me flying for it, everything. So I think it deserves to stay for the rest of the season, and we will build a nice little sort of viewing cage around it, shall we say, to protect it. So I guess the sort of next thing that we need to do is just check this, make sure it works. I've grabbed all of the bone meal and put it in our system over here, so I can't really do much more than that. So we really need to just try this thing. So let's turn it on. I can hear, yeah, we've got bone meal going in. We've got our lever up for our oak tree. Let's see if this works. There we go. That looks like it works. Yes, I'm liking this. I'd like to hear the blast chamber go, but I don't know how quick this is gonna happen. Oh, something's gone wrong there, hasn't it? Right, let me go and have a look and see what's going on here. Yes, that's right, we do have a problem. I believe we've got some video footage. Let's just zip over to that and see what happened there. Yep, that definitely looks catastrophic. I think we've got a slow motion replay of just how devastating that was. So it's about to drop, and yeah, wow. Oh, that looks bad, Jeff. I think we're going to have to do a rebuild on that. I don't think there's any chance of saving that. Let's get to it and let's see what happens. There we go, our blast chamber is now rebuilt and operational, and I think that is where we're going to end today's episode. Although it has taken me an incredible amount of time to get this built, this looks like it's going to be one of the shorter videos that we've done, which is pretty typical. But next time I think we're going to put in all of the systems to bring bone meal over, gunpowder, all that sort of stuff, and then the episode after we will make the design for the building. So I hope you join me next time on Juras6x's World, and we'll have another good episode. Bye!